We've just been told that there's going to be around 3,000 people attending this.
And we're going to show you guys what we brought, which is not something you'd probably expect.
The next snake I'm going to show you has to be one of the most exciting snakes I've probably ever owned.
We have just pulled up to the actual location of the place, which is in Rotherham this year, and it's so quiet right now, but I have a feeling in another half an hour it's going to get absolutely full. We've just been told that there's going to be around 3,000 people attending this, and let me tell you, there is not room for 3,000 people. But for now, we are at the place, so I'm excited, especially for all the reptiles we're going to see. So we'll see you guys in a minute. Got to see a little bit of it. That is the show done. We've actually didn't even spend that long in there because, to be quite honest with you, there wasn't actually that much. It was got really crowded and busy, so we got out.
So yeah, we're going to get back now and we're going to show you guys what we brought, which is really exciting. I can't wait to show you guys. It's not something you'd probably expect, because to be honest with you, I didn't expect this. I expected the snakes that we got because Sky's always wanted them. Again, there was probably only 2 tables of leopard geckos, and we have better animal babies produced at home, so there was nothing there I really wanted. We were speaking to a guy in the line, and he went to go and pick up a toxic hognose. Fair play to the guy. It was a beautiful snake. I'm so happy for you if you watch this video. And we spoke to some other people behind us that was their first time going. They didn't know what to expect. They were beautiful, nice people as well. It was a good show, don't get me wrong. It's supposed to open at 10:15, but we got in there at 10:30, which isn't too bad. It's now 11. It's now 10 to 12. So we've been in there for quite a while, but not too long. It didn't take us too long to get around the tables because we knew what we was looking for. We had an idea of what we wanted, and not just that, because these are breeders, not like shops. They don't have a wide variety of animals. A lot of breeders specialize in either one species or one animal, and that's a brilliant thing, and it's a great thing because then you get people that are like experts in that field. There's nothing wrong with that, but what I mean is, it makes it easier to go round. The only thing that's quite sad to see is a lot of the crested gecko breeders here, the geckos don't have tails. And now before you say to me, oh my god, that happens sometimes, yeah, I know it happens, but there was literally 2 geckos in about 40 that had tails. I understand that in some circumstances you're going to get that. You're going to get the odd gecko drop its tail. That isn't a problem. Like, I'm not nothing against that. It happens. But when you have everything on your table near enough have no tail, that's a bad sign to me. There were some people that didn't even have prices on them. There were some people that didn't even label the genders of the animals. It was a good experience. Definitely go if you're thinking about going. They should have one next year, April time. We'll definitely keep coming back. It's not like a terrible experience. I just think the show organizers need to be a bit more organized. Let's just go home. Let's just go home. Let's just go.
So we're back from the IHS, and what an experience it was. Now, as with all IHS experiences, there's ups and there's downs. Now, in these bags, I do have absolutely some beautiful, gorgeous animals, and I'm so grateful that I got the chance to buy these, and I just can't wait to show you these. Now, in this bag is animals that Sky's wanted, and to be fair, I've wanted for a long time as well, just not as bad as Sky. It was held in Rotherham again in June, and it's supposed to be held somewhere else, but earlier on in the year, but unfortunately that got cancelled due to the venue closing it down, not the IHS. It's a great place to go and get yourself some of your favourite reptiles, and maybe some reptiles you've never even thought of buying before. Just make sure you have some enclosures set up prior. What I like to do is I have enclosures set up for different species of animals. You know what I'm saying. So we're going to go through this bag first. Now, in this bag is some absolutely beautiful snakes. Now, but what I will say before I jump into this is, if you buy from the IHS, be prepared to get the gender you didn't want. This is Aero, our beautiful, beautiful new little snake to our collection, our king snake. And to be honest with you, king snakes tend to be quite aggressive when they're babies, from my past experience, but these aren't that bad, and you can already hold them, which is a great thing to do. You can hold them already, and basically just look how beautiful this king snake is. high white. You just gotta look how cute this little thing is. And I love baby snakes. Baby snakes, you can't beat them. Look how cute they are. They're the absolutely cutest little animals on this world. They're like little worms, and I just can't wait for this little baby to grow, little Aero. I don't know if you guys have it in whatever country you're watching this from, and I'm grateful you're watching me. We call it Aero because Aero is like a mint chocolate bar. We've got an older king snake called 8 that we rescued, so we're going with the mint chocolate chip theme. It got sold to us as male, but I'm pretty damn sure it's female. But look how beautiful she is. The next snake I'm going to show you has to be one of the most exciting snakes I've probably ever owned. And this was the correct gender. This snake in here is an absolute stunner. And I've always wanted one of these, but I've never gone to be like, okay, I'm going to go and get one, okay? It's always a snake that I've seen in the shop, seen on the internet. I'm like, wow, that is a stunner. But today, we walked past about 4 of these snakes. They were all marked as male, which we weren't looking for. And basically there was this one female that we found. There was more, but the other female literally sold as we got there on the table. And I can't express to you how beautiful this snake is. Now, to fully appreciate the snake, you've got to see it in person, okay? Because it's not just like, oh, it's a snake. No, it's a bloody beautiful snake. And if you can hear any... No, okay, I've attracted it. If you hear any of that, that's basically the cat hunting a pigeon from out the window. Yeah. Tigger. Yeah. That was Tigger. He wants that pigeon really bad. If you hear any funny noises, it's the pigeon. It's not me or any other animal. It's the cat.
Just me in the background going.
Yeah, it's definitely not Sky, okay? But I've got to show you this snake because, my God, these snakes are so pretty. You've got to experience and hold one of these and see it in person. And of course, it's a Mexican black king snake. We've gone on a king snake craze lately, okay? And honestly, I'm glad we have because they're such amazing snakes to have. And this is a Mexican black king snake. And my God, these are such little beautiful snakes. You've got to appreciate these in person. Fully black. Black eyes, black body, black, everything black. And it's so goddamn beautiful. And I just can't wait for this snake to get older. We've called this one Sirius after Sirius Black of Harry Potter. Sky's a massive Harry Potter fan, and that's why we've called it Sirius. But as you can see, it's a little bit timid, but we're going to work on that. But either way, it's a fantastic, healthy little baby snake. Quite chubby, actually, and I'm proud of that. I love to see chubby babies. I'm so glad we got this black king snake because it's been on Sky's list for a while now, one of her dream animals, and we finally got one. We're hitting Sky's dream snakes. My dream snake is actually a emerald green tree python. But right now, look at Sirius. Look how beautiful this little female is. She's just so gorgeous, and I can't believe how beautiful they are. I never thought they'd be this beautiful in person, but they are, okay? They're probably one of the most prettiest snakes, and the more I hold her, the more I just fall in love with her, okay? I really do love king snakes. Kings, corns, milks, all the colubrids out there. I just love them all. Hognoses, they're just such special animals. Sky loves them more than me, but they still hold a place in my heart, and oh my God, they're just beautiful, man. And as I said before, right, you heard me said before, you said, hey, we went on a king snake exploration, and obviously you're going to know what's in this bag, okay? It's another king snake. Now, it's an older king snake. It might be male, it might be female. As I said, I need to get it done properly. And all these king snakes, honestly, we've got them all in different varieties and colours. And that's what's beautiful about reptiles, man. There's a reptile out there for everyone, a pattern for everyone, a colour for everyone. And this one, we haven't come up with a name yet. It's got to be mint chocolate themed, okay? So we've got Aero, we've got After 8, and we need another mint chocolate sort of theme. This snake as well is such a beautiful little snake. Now, we brought this snake today, and it has nose rubs, so obviously it isn't in the best condition. Also, it had a load of stuck shed on it, and it was quite cheap. We knew that, but you know, we rescue animals all the time. We'll work with it and get it sorted and brought back to health. As soon as we finish this video, we are going to put the snake in a little water bath and get this shed off of it so it feels nice for a snake and isn't going to have any health problems. But honestly, look how beautiful king snakes are. I've shown you 3 different variations of king snakes today. We've got a different variation downstairs, and this snake here, honestly, it's just beautiful. They're so beautiful, and as you can see, they're so docile. It was born in 2020, so it's 4 years old, though it hasn't been kept in the best conditions because
The shedding isn't the best, but we're going to sort that out. It just got a bit of nose rub on its mouth. I don't know if you guys can see that, and that's probably just from being kept in too small of an enclosure. So we're going to get that all sorted, and we're going to make sure that heals properly, and if it needs medical attention, it will get it from the vet. But all in all, we couldn't leave her. She's just such a beautiful animal, and I just love king snakes, and they really have caught my heart, and I'm just so happy we've got them, and I can't wait to work with them in the future. So she's a real beauty. I'm going to put her back now just so we can rest. She's been for a big, whole, long day, you know, being stuck on the expo. And now she needs to, she's not going to live in this bag, guys. I'm just putting her back in here while we sort the others out. That's it for the snakes. That's all we got from the show for snakes. The next ones that I got, I went round to a table and I found one. I was like, oh my God, these are such beautiful animals. So I'll take that, sir. And he gave it me and it was beautiful. And then I walked round to the other table and I seen these babies, right? I was like, oh, that's great. Okay. I'll have the pair, okay? I wanted a new project to get into. I love breeding geckos. I love having geckos. I love looking after geckos. Geckos are my life, right? Snakes are like Sky's life, as well as mine. I love my snakes as well, but I'm a gecko guy at heart, really. And in this bag are 3 geckos that kind of, this is where it all went wrong for me, okay? Because first off, I went to the show and I seen this gecko. Now, I've seen these on the internet before and I was happy to get them and I was happy to see one, and it was beautiful to see one. And this is a Madagascan ground gecko, also known as an ocelot gecko. It's a pictus gecko. It's pictus gecko, ocelot gecko, Madagascan ground gecko, all the same gecko, right? There he is, our little pictus gecko, absolute stunner. You know what? I've fallen in love with these. It's like a crested gecko crossed with a leopard gecko. They need high humidity. They need 32-degree hot spot. They're just literally a cross of a crested gecko and a leopard gecko. They jump, but they haven't got sticky pads. And honest, they're just fun geckos to own, honestly. And I'm glad we've got them. And he's such a beautiful boy, and he's fully grown. He ain't gonna get much bigger. And his name is Julian, after the lemur out of Madagascar. And he's just such a boy. I just love these geckos. They've really stole my heart, this species of gecko have. I can't wait to work with him and bond with him and get him used to me. Now, their tails can drop off, but they do regrow like leopard geckos. And I don't want to stress him out too much because, as I said, he's been for a big day. But if you want a gecko that isn't a leopard gecko and a crested gecko and you want something a little bit different, then I would highly recommend getting a pictus gecko. They're so pretty and cool. They have such beautiful eyes. But this is where the problem began, okay? I thought, okay, so this is a male. He's the first one I've seen, so I was like, okay, that's a male. I'll get the male. He's beautiful at a right price, a decent price to be fair, and I'll get him, and he's pretty. So I picked him up, and I was like, yeah, right, all I need to do now is find some others. So me being me, I thought I want 2 breeding groups to work with these animals, okay? I want 2 of them. So I've got my 1 male, I need another male, and then I just need the females, right? As you do. This was my other male, okay? My other pictus male gecko. And I seen him, and he's just as beautiful as the other one. Completely different colour pattern, but still just as beautiful. So if I try and get this guy out, without stressing them out, I don't want to stress them out too much. So here he is. As you can see, he's a lot smaller and a lot younger. I'm not in a rush to breed these guys. I'm not like that as a person. I just wanted a cool lot of geckos and different geckos, and this is a great project for me to get into. So you've seen it, all right? I had 2 males. So this guy was selling a pair, and I thought, yeah, why not take the deal on the pair? So I took the deal on the pair, and it turns out that the pair was not a pair. I mean, you guys know what that symbol means, right? It means female, doesn't it? So rule number 1, check the gender. I forgot, because I don't do well in crowds, okay? And by this time it was getting ridiculously busy, and I did not like that whatsoever. So I was my head was everywhere anyway. And this is supposed to be a female, but ends up being a male as well. And I'll show you this gecko because they are all beautiful, and I'm not sad about it. I mean, it just means I've got 3 groups now.
What? I thought we were going to sell one. Just laugh it off.
I'm going to get this little guy. I don't want to stress him out too much because they can drop the tail. There we go, look. So this is the other little guy. Oh, he's going to go. I want to put him back just in case he goes right. So I ended up with 3 males. And that's all we got from the IHS. And it was a good event. It was a good show. But they're obviously, I want to tell you guys the truth and be honest with you guys. And I'm not going to go into detail. I'm not going to spend here 10 minutes ranting as I could. Point number one is it gets very crowded very quick. You can join the IHS members club, and I can't remember how much it is, but basically you join a members club and they promise you basically you get in earlier than the standard members of public that aren't a member. We are supposed to go in at 10:15. We ended up going in at 10:30. Now you might think that's not a lot of difference, but instead of half an hour extra in the room we should have got, we only got 15 minutes. Not just that, the event is not built for people with disabilities. In fact, if you was in a wheelchair or needed a wheelchair to get round, then you would very much struggle. It would be a very uncomfortable situation, and we witnessed that for some people. It's a very big queue and they're not always great for their time. They advertise themselves as disability friendly and they will help disabilities, but I went to the staff there, spoke to members of staff, multiple members of staff, to ask for extra help because we needed it, and it turns out that we couldn't get it and they just sort of ignored us. So they're not disability friendly, just shouldn't advertise it, okay? It gives people with a disability a hope that they can enjoy an experience and not have to worry. When they get there, they do have to worry, and they get put in scenarios that the person that is disabled might not be able to cope with. And to be honest with you, in this day and age, that it should be taken into consideration. They should, if you ask me, have a separate line for people with disabilities, or an extra 5 minutes early. There's a million ways you can help people with disabilities. I'm just going to say that the venue isn't big enough for the amount of people they want to hold. I spoke to a member of staff. Over 3,000 people visited today, and let me tell you, it's Magnus Science Centre, and it's a very, very small hall, nowhere near big enough for 3,000 people at all, and that's not including vendors, that's just guests. So you've got to think, in a small hall, it's a very crowded, squished place, and there is quite a few health and safety concerns there that should be addressed but aren't. And I'm just being honest with you guys, okay? The vendors at the IHS were a great, except for the ones that don't know the sex of the animals. The whole experience on a whole is great, but don't expect it to be a smooth ride where you can walk around easily. You're always shoulder to shoulder with someone, and it gets quite hectic. I'm just being honest, as I said, and that's why I'm here on this channel, is to be as honest as I can. They offer a carer's free ticket. Carers get in free. They don't get in free. They still charge you the price that it costs to get in. So they lie about that. I don't have a problem with paying entry or anything else like that, but they really shouldn't advertise something that isn't true. It's false advertisement and they shouldn't do it. The next thing is, like I said, and I've ran into both times I've attended the IHS, and that's the breeders of the animals. Don't believe anything that gets sold to you is the right gender that they've sold it to you at. Some of them are brilliant, like the Mexican black king snake breeder. That breeder there was fantastic. Although there wasn't much communication between us, the animal was in good health, it was the correct gender. But overall, the experience was actually really good, and you can actually pick up some really good deals. And the animals that I got today, I'm so happy with. Don't get me wrong. I just want to be honest with you guys from my point of view. I want to help you guys enjoy your experience and be prepared for your experience and your visit to the next show. I wish I knew this information before I attended. So I thank you guys so much for watching. I know it hasn't been that clean of a video, as in like clean filmed. I apologize for that. It was just a very hectic day on my side. I can't wait to show you these animals progress. I thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, you're amazing. Stay blessed. I'll see you in the next one.